course.
We need some front court help as we do on this show right now, and that's why. Although he was more of a guard, he's so big. When I see him, I think of him as a forward. But he was Mitch Richmond's backup, of course, with the Kings. From Las Vegas, the high flyer, Henry Turner. What's going on, HT?
Man, what's happening, fellas? What's going on?
Well, you tell us what's going on in Vegas. Are you keeping Kyle Draper in line?
Yeah, that's a huge task. KD on the move.
Could be the other way around, though.
It
could be the other way around. HT, starting with the game yesterday, anything jump off the page to the high flyers' eyes? Good, bad, ugly? What's your number one takeaway from yesterday's game?
Fellas, it was pretty much 50-50. I'll start off with the young guys. Young guys look great. The big fella Mac, he started off, man, the first 5-10 minutes of the game, he looked like a minimum boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the dude scored, left-hand hook, right-hand hook, drop step, dunk at the basket, screen, pop out three, looked great. The young kid, Nique, I just come to concede that this dude is Doug Christie 2.0.
Really?
Yeah, he's Doug Christie 2.0. He about 6'6", 6'7", long, lean, lanky, very poised. Don't shoot too many three-point shots, but makes the right play. Will attack the rim. Aggressive player on the defensive side. I was very impressed with both of those guys' debut.
Mm-hmm. The high flyer with us. Henry, one of the things that stood out to me, and you touched on it, I know Maxime Reynaud didn't face very good competition yesterday, and there's a lot of questions about him going forward. But his offensive game, you mentioned some of the variations of shots. He's got a very refined offensive game for such a young player, doesn't he?
His footwork looked good.
Yeah.
He definitely looked good down there in the low post. I mean, being 7 foot, being able to shoot with both hands, that's a plus. In today's game, to where it's all about the three-point shot, being able to set that high pick and roll screen, step back, and knock down the open three-point shot. Very impressed with that. I would probably say the most impressive thing about him to me, of course, he's 7'1", he's long, his train smoke. Dude is just, I mean, his arm span just stretches out from here to Texas. But at the end of the day, he's able to move and slide his feet. He can slide with guard.
That's interesting. Joined by the high flyer straight out of Las Vegas, of course, on the strip doing what he does. HT, one of the things that I think, going into yesterday, a lot of people want to see was Devin Carter. And of course, you being on ground zero, you've had an opportunity to kind of hear the rumblings and the mumblings, of course, social network and everything. A lot of people wasn't pleased by the way Devin Carter played yesterday. What's your take on DC heading into the next game?
I'll tell you this. He had a hard outing. I think DC was really trying to show and prove what he can do out there on the basketball floor. I think he tried to score the basketball too much. If he would have came out and just tried to facilitate and get other guys involved and pass the basketball, he would have had a much better success rate. But, you got to understand, the dude missed all last year. He didn't get a chance to come out here and play. So this is pretty much his rookie debut. He struggled a little bit early on, but I'm willing to pretty much watch that one and see what he's going to do tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to be a bigger spotlight on him because he definitely, struggled and had rust on his game straight out the gate.
Mm-hmm. Henry, I was saying that Devin Carter, he's on the smaller side for an NBA player today. He needs to make shots. And Drapes was saying, his shot selection wasn't great yesterday. What'd you think of that?
Shot selection wasn't great. He still was trying to get all the way to the basket, trying to go up among the threes and score. It didn't look like he was comfortable with the three-point shot. He took a couple, a couple of air balls, and then some late shot clock shots, but nothing looked fluent for him out there. So like I said, I'm willing to give him a pass on that one. Tomorrow's going to be a big day for him. And another guy that played okay. IJ was out there, and he played halfway decent, but he's another one that I think that tomorrow he's really going to have a better showing.
HT, for the lack of my knowledge, and I wanted to look it up, I don't remember Summer League being around when you came up. I can only remember like late 90s when Summer League was around. With that being said, what would you be looking for as a coach, as a scout? What are you looking for when through High Flyers' eyes, what are you looking for from some of these guys at Summer League? What are some of the tangibles that you're pleased to see, and some of the things that you might not want to see?
So I tell you what, number one, Jay, Summer League was around. I didn't play with the dinosaurs that long ago.
Okay, just checking.
Our Summer League was in Utah, and we had Summer League in Orlando.
Okay.
So,
you weren't part of the Boston version of it, huh?
No, Summer League was still up and moving. But no, when you are like a GM and you're coach and you're front office, you just want to see how guys play. And when you have the young guys, you want to see if they have that deer in the headlight look, or do they have some type of sense of what's going on? Are they making the right play? Are they making the right read? Just like Nique the other day, he didn't make all of his shots, not at all, but he took the right shot. He took the shots that came to him. He didn't rush anything. You wanted to see how guys play out there on the floor. Their basketball IQ, you could make an extra pass or whatever. So, for our young rookies, both of those guys got passing grades yesterday.
All right, Henry, at the OKC Summer League game, they're playing the Nets. And I don't know if you saw this. Guy by the name of Eric Reynolds II. It was a jump ball at one end, and he got the ball and he laid it up and in, and he scored on the wrong basket. We're just wondering if the High Flyer ever in your illustrious basketball career, stretching back to youth days, did the High and I say no way, did the High Flyer ever score on the wrong basket?
Well, you know what, fellas? I've never been 100% on anything in the NBA or in my basketball career, but I am 100% on that. That means you have a very low attention span. When you don't know what basket you're warming up on, and when you don't know which way your offensive basket is, you're not paying attention at all.
Yo,
Scouts kind of look down on that type of thing. Yeah.
The Rocky Mountain Review, is that what you played in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
And gave them numbers, Jay.
Look, it says, I'm looking, the Salt Lake Summer League, which I thought started in the late 90s. In 1990, after sending a team to California Summer League, Scott Layden, the Jazz director of ops, invited Portland, Phoenix, and the Kings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Yep. My boy HT was there in Salt Lake getting it in.
Yeah, I balled there, and I balled in Orlando, too.
Do you remember anything from that?
Yeah, man, of course.
Like, what stands out?
Like, me and Cliff Robinson became real good friends, man. Cliff was playing with Tim Portland at that particular time.
Uncle Cliffy, yeah.
Yeah, and with me and him became real cool, man. But it was just Summer League, bro. You had to go there and ball. It was a bunch of guys that were trying to make, their lifestyles in the NBA, and you had to show that you belong. So, I mean, it was definitely a dogfight.
Mm-hmm. Henry, what can you tell us about how you personally are feeling about the Kings offseason so far, specifically the Schroeder acquisition?
I look at him as a guy that can help.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do with him? Are we going to start him? Is he going to come off the bench? I have no idea. I know we was always talking about the Kings needed a point guard, but I'm looking at the roster like, okay, Malik Monk's still here.
Right.
And I'm looking at the roster saying that Keon Ellis is still here. And we still got the rookie. He's here. So I know we need we need a point guard, but we have a point guard. So, I mean, are you going to let those guys fight for a starting position, or are they going to automatically just come in and just give it to Schultz?
Last one for me, HT, because I always enjoy the conversations that we have. What does the high flyer do when he's in Vegas?
Right now, fellas, I'm sitting in my room. I'm overlooking the resort. They have, let me count for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 pools.
9 pools at resorts? What?
Yes, 9 pools at the resort. So I'm sitting up. I'm facing the Bellagio. I'm facing the wind. I'm looking at Trump Tower. I'm looking at the strip, and I'm just sitting down looking at people in the pool having a good time.
Will you get to see? Do you see the fountains from your room? What, the Bellagio fountains?
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
Put my boy up there in the penthouse. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your time.
I'm not in the penthouse, sorry. I'm not in the penthouse. Let's make that clear. I'm not in the penthouse.
I think you're already on today on the station, so we appreciate your making time for us as well. Enjoy your stay, HT. We'll talk to you soon, High Flyer. Thank you. Yeah.
Hey, anytime, fellas. I tried to come on the other day, man. We were having technical difficulties.
Yes.
That's all right. Anytime you need me.
All right. We appreciate it. Thank you, Henry.
All right.
Yeah. The High Flyer wondering about that point guard situation, and some people wondering why Jay